Hello, and this is Spacedraptor for Spacedraptor Gaming once more. And I've had my little bit of a break, my little bit of a sabbatical. There's a few things gone on since I've had my break. One of the things was I gave up smoking, and basically my concentration went right out the window for gaming. So I've had a bit of time off gaming, just because I didn't have the patience for it with me giving up smoking, but I knew it was kind of a temporary thing. So and anyway, I've been concentrating on the fact that my wife has just given birth to our baby girl. So my baby girl is now about 5 or 6 weeks old now, and we've just about got into a routine with her, but for the first 4 to 5 weeks, I suppose, that we were trying to catch up on sleep and everything, and you know, we've been pretty run down to a point where we've caught colds and stuff, and you know, my throat has been quite raw, so I haven't really felt like doing commentaries and stuff up to now, but and in fact it's still feeling a bit raw, so I'm not even sure whether this video is going to get a commentary. And if you're listening to me go on with myself right at this moment in time, well, I must have got through it without a cough, because I don't really want to be coughing down everybody's ear on YouTube, which is fair enough, really. Now, actually, I'll explain what I'm trying to do here. I'm just trying to go through the gestures and see if he does anything different if I use a courteous gesture to him, because I know he's kind of a holy man. The reason I know this is because I put probably about 10 hours into this game, but not 10 hours on the PC version. I've only put 57 minutes into this version at the moment. I've never ever bought a copy of Dark Souls either, which is it's one of them games that I just keep getting, so I keep playing. The first time was when Xbox Live gave it away as one of the free games on Xbox 360. So, because the wife has a Xbox Live Gold account, so basically we get the free games. Anyway, I'll shut up now.
Have you business with us? If not, I'd prefer to keep a distance, if possible.
How rude.
Hello there. I realize that I have requested that we retain our distance, but I also want you to know that it is not meant in ill will. Here, take this as a token of peace. No, go ahead. It's for you.
Okay, so that's the equivalent of giving a beggar a couple of quid to go spend on drugs.
How about this? I have to await my companions here anyway. So what if I were to teach you some miracles? Would that please you?
Yeah, why not? Let's go for this.
Very well. Then first, a covenant with the gods.
Well, why not? Can't hurt. Okie doke.
Now,
right.
Let me share my miracles. Only their ultimate effectiveness will be determined by your efforts.
Now,
and
all
your
these
faith.
miracles I believe I have to pay for. It's some kind of trading system, that's all it is. And I don't have anything to trade at the moment, so we'll have to make do, to be fair. And a lot of these stat screens, because I'm not an RPG kind of player, I'm more of a first person shooter and hack and slash kind of game style and arcadey kind of game styles. So when it comes to RPGs and stuff, I'm a bit lost on stat screens. So I don't know whether this is an easy system or a hard system. Please let me know in the comments below if you are a Dark Souls player. You know, whether this I'm going to pick this up easily or not.
Depend upon your faith.
But anyway, I've got a brand new system of recording here. I'm actually using AMD's yeah, DVR. And actually, I've got to admit that it's probably one of the best recording pieces of software I've ever used. It's really, it's hardly taxing my system at all, and I think the footage is looking a lot better than it was doing with my capture card. So I'm actually quite happy. Now this footage is only at 720p. I thought I'd do this footage at 720p because, to be honest, that's all Dark Souls is at 720p. I know I can alter it to 1080p, but I wasn't sure whether I was going to get any slowdown at 1080p. And I kind of thought, well, it wasn't worth it to mess with it. Now, if I do get a bigger graphics card at some point, I will actually give it a go at getting Dark Souls at 1080p. But while I'm only on a 1GB card, I thought I might as well leave it at the 720, because at least it's running smoothly, and I can record it, and you know, I'm not getting any frame hits, etc. So, you know, we're getting some really good quality here, and I'm uploading it to YouTube at 720p as well. So you should be getting fairly decent quality, and I'm actually very happy. Now I do believe NVIDIA's Shadowplay is even it's better than the DVR from AMD, because you take less of a frame hit. I think on Shadowplay you're taking a frame hit of like 1 frame a second or something, which big deal. But I know you're losing about 10% with DVR, which is still better than fraps, but not quite as good as Shadowplay. But what I've got to say is it's very early days for AMD doing this with this kind of technology, and well, it's only going to get better. And one of the things I do understand with AMD cards is, for like, they're usually cheaper than the NVIDIA kind of the NVIDIA card that matches it, if you know what I mean. And although you do get slightly more performance out of the NVIDIA card than you would an AMD, it's kind of horses for courses. I kind of go for what I can afford. I suppose in, you know, a utopian world, I'd have an i7 with, you know, with a Titan X NVIDIA card or something like that. But you know, I keep it real. I play a lot with AMD stuff because it's cheap and the performance is very good to cost. So, you know, I'm not a fanboy by any stretch, but I've always had quite a bit of success out of with AMD graphics cards. Although I've always used Intel processors, but even that, I'm actually seeing the AMD processors for gaming are actually more cost effective. So I'm probably going to, the next processor I get, I'm probably going to swap to an AMD with more cores. So I've got an idea for a system. I may actually get some coin together and build a brand new PC, but what I'll do is I'll probably put the episodes on YouTube as I'm building it and tell you why I bought each part, and you know, how I plan out putting a system together. Because if you don't plan a system properly, you kind of get bottlenecks, and you know, a lot of inexperienced builders will bottleneck their system. Now this system that I'm using now has a bottleneck, but that is actually caused by just having a normal hard drive instead of a solid state drive. But the normal hard drive was just a little bit more cost effective than a solid state drive, but they're coming down in price and I will get one eventually. Anyway, I wasn't supposed to kick him there. But anyway, we're going to take these guys on one at a time and not get giddy with ourselves running about trying to kill everybody. And hopefully we should be able to get through this in one. Now I can't remember, but if I go to that night there, something happens unfavourable. I can't remember what it is. I think somebody starts lobbing stuff at me. Ah, there he is. Yeah, him. Oh, yeah. Not good. Oh, he's got me again. See, this is what happens when you take too many on at once. Yes. We got them all anyway. One of the things with this game is just to plough on and be patient with it. So, I will try and play this in one take, get into the very next bonfire. I know where it is. Oh, hang on. We're going to treat him with a bit of caution because he looks a bit better than just the normal guys. Oh, okay. So, I did make the mistake on my Xbox 360 run through of this of trying to take them skeletons on where we were before, and there's no way. They're really hard to beat. So. And I just don't think we've leveled up enough to take a crack at them. So we're just running away for now. And we're just going to concentrate on these hollow guys, because they're quite easy to beat, as long as you keep your guard up. And although you can go anywhere you want in this game, it very much has this kind of system where it wants you to do it in a specific order. So I suppose it's quite linear where that's concerned. Although it might open up later on where you can do your own thing. But there seems to be a right way and a wrong way, or a right or wrong order to do things in. And there's a rat down there, and I know he's guarding something, but I'm really not that bothered because if I remember rightly, there's a 50-50 chance that he can get me. And I go back to the beginning again. And I don't fancy doing that. So, we'll just carry on. And we'll stick with the rule of thumb of, if it doesn't openly attack us, we'll leave it alone. So, just having a think about this now. I kind of remember this, but I can't remember how many enemies I'm kind of dealing with. And rather than just leather in there, just go in there with a plan, a definite plan, so as I don't lose much in the way of life. I must admit the PC graphics on this look absolutely outstanding. Because I'm very much used to viewing the Xbox 360 edition. So I kind of really appreciate the extra graphical content, you know, the enhanced resolution. Even at 720p, it's a lot better than what the 360 got. And the textures are better. And I don't know, it just looks really nice. So I am enjoying that kind of. Somebody said that I should maybe start playing Bloodborne, but unfortunately I don't have a PlayStation. So, and I have no plans on getting either an Xbox One or a PlayStation at the moment, because I'm invested in PC now, let's put it that way. Even though it's not ideal because I've got it on the television and I haven't got a dedicated setup for PC, I still have quite a lot of games for PC, so, you know, I'm carrying on this PC route at the moment. Because this actual PC that I built 2 years ago when the next gen of consoles came out. It was the month before that I built this PC, and I built it for £220, and so far it's been a console killer, but it's starting to struggle on newer games. But I found that's improved since I've just gone to Windows 10. I found it's got a bit more juice in the graphics card that I can unleash, and I'm getting a few more frames a second. So games where I was getting a bit of stuttering and stuff like that, I'm actually finding I can play now. So I don't know how far we're gonna get into the playthroughs for this game. I think when it starts getting too tedious, I'm gonna have to start editing, because at the moment I'm trying to leave it as unedited as I can, just so as. And I don't mind dying on screen or like feeling stupid or anything like that. I've got no ego where that's concerned. You know, if I suck at a game, I suck at it. You know what I mean? Simple as. But what I don't want is for you to go, oh god, it's this bit again, you know what I mean? So at that point, after the first few deaths, it stops being funny for you guys, I understand that. So I may edit out, but tell me what you think in the comments below, whether I should just remain strictly unedited, so you could just all have a giant laugh at my terrible gameplay. Because it's going to be a point where we get to a point where, oh, what the hell? Oh, dragon. Forgot about him. We're going to get to a point where I haven't, you know, got any further. And it's not far off, I must admit. I've got up to the second boss, but not completed it. I've not beaten him. Anyway, I'm nearly to the next bonfire. At that point, I'm going to call it a day. So, give this a thumbs up if you like it. Give it a thumbs down if you don't. And I will see you in the next video. And let me know whether you want to hear this with or without commentary. That would be helpful. See you soon. Bye.